First and foremost, dude, like I need a shower like super bad. It's been, I don't know. Also, I guess like one more thing on like a side note here. Dude, my lights have been like flickering for like quite a while now. These BLM spots, dude, they get overrun with van lifers and campers and they destroy the land and everything. People just abuse the BLM land out here in Moab, dude. And when that happens, this is what happens, unfortunately. So well, hello again, guys. Today I have to leave and head into the town where my new job is. It's been super nice to be here in the Valley of the Gods, and yesterday was a blast just driving that whole area. And it was really cool because I literally had like that entire like in the thick of it spot all to myself. Not really a better way I could think of to spend my last day being unemployed, really. But yeah, I've got to head into town today and kind of take care of some things and figure out my life now that I've got a job. So this is kind of an interesting situation because this is not like a work camping job like I normally take. So it is in the Moab area. It is a job where like I'm not like given a place to stay or like hookups or like a place to like shower or anything like that. So that does make things kind of interesting. I have lived in towns before, like in one of my last vans, so I am pretty familiar with like living in civilization. Believe it or not. Obviously I've spent a little bit of time in Moab, and the cool thing about that place is like there's free dumping water everywhere, and there's BLM like all over the place as well. I'm just more concerned about like the super rainy days or like the flash flood days, things like that. From what I can tell, and again, I don't know, dude, I have not spent much time in the actual town of Moab at all. I've spent time all around the area, like on BLM land and in the national parks around there and whatnot. But as far as like in the actual town of Moab, from the looks of it, having driven through a few times, it seems like the type of town that probably gets a lot of nomads and probably doesn't like nomads camping overnight on their public streets in their town. So I'm sure either way it's going to make for some interesting content for sure. Some real good old-fashioned truck camper town life. Definitely looking forward to the challenges. I like a good challenge. It's not something I'm like super scared of. Obviously I'm not really too scared of like getting the knock or anything as well, but so I don't know, dude. I suppose right now I have not had a job since like October, and it is now almost March, and I'm super grateful for the adventure that has happened that entire time. Oh my gosh, dude, like all the places I've seen, all the amazing spots I've been able to find, even the very few amount of people that I have spent time with during this whole unemployed part of my life has just been amazing. Honestly, maybe one of the best times of my life, dude. I don't know. Here's to even better. But I mean, dude, it did occur to me the other day as I was thinking about this. I have really spent a lot of time alone, dude. And I don't even mean just like alone, like a normal person would spend time alone. I mean like out in the backcountry, like miles and miles and miles away from anyone, dude. And to be honest, I really can't remember the last time I had a conversation like in the flesh with someone. I suppose yesterday when I was driving into the thick of the Valley of the Gods, I passed by a couple in a truck camper, and so I stuck my head out the window and gave them the peace sign, and I yelled out truck camper life like super loud. And like, obviously they were like, yeah, dude. And you know, they were super stoked and whatever. But like, yep, that's the closest I've had to a conversation with a human being in a very long time. And so I'm kind of looking forward to this, dude. I look at this, I'm kind of looking at this whole situation as like a new start, dude. Like a new fresh way to like help my life out a little bit, obviously with the job and whatever. But like, I suppose I've got a couple hours from here up to Moab to reflect on these last several months that I've had out exploring in the backcountry. What an adventure. But on that note, I suppose it's time to fire up the old Dodge and see where this next transition takes us, dude. Also, I guess like one more thing on like a side note here. Dude, my lights have been like flickering for like quite a while now. I don't really know. Obviously, there's like, they flicker like on and off sometimes. I think as like the truck camper adjusts, it like sometimes rubs or even crimps on that wire. I usually adjust it and it works just fine. And I mean, I don't really drive through many cities or towns or anything like that anyway, so it's not really a huge deal. I don't drive at night. And if I give enough notice, dude, like you're gonna see my blinker or like my brake lights or whatever. I'm super careful about it. That time is over, unfortunately, dude. When I was just about to leave that spot in Page to come out here, I always check those lights before I like leave an area, and they wouldn't even come on. So it's kind of like a complicated situation, but it also isn't. So like, I am pretty sure that none of the problem is coming from here, but there is wire that goes from there and then it runs all the way back underneath to my hookup to my truck. And so somewhere between there and there is a connection issue, probably like a stripped wire. I don't know, maybe a mouse got to it, whatever. Unfortunately, that's just kind of like a lot of feet of wire, and I did stop in Page at a couple of places and it was ridiculously expensive for the wire that I wanted. And then I got this job, and so kind of had to book it in Moab. That's definitely something that I'm gonna have to take care of, especially because this job starts at like 5:30 in the morning and I'm going to have to drive to it, which means that I'm going to probably have to use my lights. I haven't been up at 5:30 in the morning in a while, but I'm pretty sure that it's still dark. What I did in the meantime is at Walmart, I bought like one of these like LED strips, dude. There's not a problem with the connection down there to the truck. So the truck is definitely putting out the signal and everything. So I got this little LED strip. I don't know if it's street legal or not, dude, but at least people will be able to see when I brake and turn in the meantime until I can get this situation fixed. So I did just pick up the camera from that last shot, and dude, I just saw a lizard. So I think that means that like spring is almost finally here. I mean, probably just in southern Utah, I suppose. All right, dude, it is a beautiful day here in Moab. I don't know if you can see those mountains behind me, but gorgeous. I did make it. I rolled in here in the evening time, and I spent most of last night and today finishing editing a video that's going to be coming out tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and I wanted to get that done. But I know this isn't like typical truck camper life channel style here, but I suppose I'll just kind of explain what I did this morning to kind of come up with a game plan for this whole job situation. So first and foremost, dude, like I need a shower like super bad. It's been, I don't know, not really that long actually for me, but like, you know, starting this job tomorrow, obviously I don't want to be like the smelly dude surrounded by coworkers. I would like to make a first impression. So this morning I did look at like a bunch of spots on iOverlander. I looked up a bunch of like campgrounds in the area where I can possibly grab a shower, and I found an amazing one, dude. That's $5 is all they charge for a shower. They were super helpful, and I actually did just book a night there tonight. just because it's only like a couple of miles away from like the job, and I would like to just be in town for my first day, dude, and just be ready to go, showered, ready to go. I obviously just would like to make like a good first impression. So she did tell me about like several other spots to go to around the area. And obviously I opened up iOverlander and found several spots that I can hop around as well. One piece of information that I definitely did find out in my research today is that it definitely is not legal to stealth park in the town of Moab. So that is good to know. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but there's actually an option on iOverlander too. I did not know. You can select the option and find all the spots that you're definitely not allowed to camp at. So I did that, and it highlighted all of them, and like, you know, I clicked on it, I was reading the stories, and a lot of them were like security knocked on our rig at like 4 in the morning, 7 in the morning, said it's illegal, that kind of thing. So it was like $30, dude. That's pretty good. That includes like a water fill up if I want, and a shower, and obviously a super close place to stay in town right near the job so that I can get a good start tomorrow. Obviously I'm not going to be doing that very often. That probably will. The couple was so nice though. Like I told them my situation, and I probably will stop there and shower a lot of times. Anyway, yeah, dude, I would say we're off to like a good start. Where I stayed where I stayed here last night, definitely not like any sort of a special spot or anything, dude. Not my favorite spot. I know that there's all kinds of places around Moab that are like this though. I did not want to stay in like the last area that we stayed at when I was here, because it's like miles and miles into the backcountry, and I have things that I need to get done today. So I don't really want to spend miles and miles and miles going super slow on like back roads, dude. Just, this is time for business, not pleasure. So I will show you though, dude, like these spots that they have outside of Moab. Again, not my favorite, but this is what happens, dude. Like Moab's like a super busy place, especially like in the summer. It's really hopping. There's 2 national parks like right outside of the town, and these BLM spots, dude, they get overrun with van lifers and campers, and they destroy the land and everything. And so let me just show you here. Yeah, so this is me. It is pretty cool, dude. Like I'm the only one here, probably because no one in their right mind would ever want to camp at a place like this, because it's just not that cool, dude. They've got every single like site roped off, so you have to park like only like in this like kind of parking area. There is like another parking area like up that way, and then another one like up the hill too, but they're all the same. They're all just spots, sites if you will, just roped off right next to each other, and that's the only place you're allowed to camp. They've got signs everywhere. You're required to have a portable toilet in places like these, obviously, because people just abuse the BLM land out here in Moab, dude. And when that happens, this is what happens, unfortunately. So I have no problem like staying in places like this. It's no different than like staying in a Walmart parking lot or a gym parking lot or whatever for a night. Obviously, if I have a job, I don't really care where I'm parked for the night. I mean, my house feels the same pretty much anywhere that I'm parked. So during the week, I'll probably end up staying at places like these. I know that there's also a couple places like up by the airport that are also closer to town. And the lady that I talked to on the phone at the campground that I'm going to right now mentioned that as well. So far, dude, like I definitely don't regret this decision at all. I'm pretty stoked. The couple of people that I have talked to have been super nice and super helpful. And this is obviously kind of a van life town, so they it's not like they think that it's weird that like I live in a truck camper or anything. They already know the drill, and they've been super helpful. So I mean, it's a nice area, dude. I think it would really suck in the summer, and I'm sure that I'll see that, but I'm sure it would really suck just being right next to rig after rig after rig lined up. But well, here we are, dude. I know I need to clean that window. Sorry you can't see anything. Here we are. Dude, this is a sick spot. Wow, for a campground? Way cool, dude. When I called him, you know, I asked about the rates and like showers and like all that stuff. But when I called him, I told him like I have to get up at like 4 in the morning, dude. And I have a super loud truck and I don't want to be waking people up. So dude, they gave, look at this. I'm all the way at like the very end, like just away from everyone. With quite the view, dude. For a campground, I'd say. Here's the view from the other side. Man, those mountains are pretty. I mean, obviously there's like a junkyard or something right here, but whatever, dude, I'll take it. So their bathrooms are like out of order. So they've got these little mini cabins, dude, for the showers. Which, oops. Fine by me, dude. That's a shower. Shower's a shower, right? Man, dude, feel like a new man already. I do hate those showers, dude. I suppose like they charge $5, so like no complaints from me whatsoever. That's a sweet deal for a shower. But like at the very end, dude, when I was all like covered with like conditioner and soap and like everything, and you know, had to wash all my problems away, they ran out of hot water, dude. So I've heard that's good for you, but that's just a trend that I have never gotten into. But no complaints here, dude. Just absolutely beautiful out here, man. Good morning. It's like 5:30 and I haven't been up this early in the morning in a while. But it's time to start the first day of work. So I don't know how much I'll be able to film of this, dude, the first day anyway, but I will do my best to show you. And hopefully this job is sweet. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I sure have high hopes. So we're gonna definitely let the glow plate fire up a couple times. It wasn't that crazy cold last night, but hopefully I don't wake too many people up. They gave me a spot here super far away from everyone because I told them I have a super loud truck, but I still feel bad. Good job, truck. I love this truck, dude. She's never let me down. All right, time to go. Yeah, dude.
That's needs to be. Look at that, perfect.
Wow.
Saturday on.
I'm sorry I couldn't get more footage for you guys. It was my first day, and I've never worked for a hot air balloon company before, and the work isn't like crazy hard or anything, but like obviously I've never worked for a hot air balloon company before, so I had to learn like a lot, dude. But like I got to like open the balloon up and like, you know, while they were blowing all the hot air into it, dude. Oh man, I wish I could have gotten that shot and shown you what it looked like inside. But don't worry, trust me, dude. The owner of this company is super sweet, dude, and he does a lot of filming himself for his other business, and I am definitely more than welcome to get some super sweet footage for you guys of what it's like to work for a hot air balloon company in Moab, dude. So I'm super stoked, as you can probably tell. Can't really stop smiling. I don't regret this decision at all. Everybody that I met that works for the company, which I'm pretty sure was all of them today, super nice, dude. I think I'm really gonna like it here. I think I'm really gonna like the job. And the cool thing about the job is that it's only 4 hours-ish a day. So, and this is just the beginning of the season, so it's not even busy. I don't have a flight for a few more days now, so I've got the next couple days off. In the meantime, dude, I'm gonna go find me a nice spot around here. I've got a couple in mind. I haven't spent a whole ton of time in the Moab area. I definitely haven't spent a whole ton of time in the Moab area with just me and my truck camper. So I'm gonna take this truck camper out in Moab, dude, and throw her in 4-wheel drive maybe if we have to. But hopefully I can find a super sick spot in this beautiful area for the next couple days. So, dude, I did just find a spectacular spot. The view on this cliff is almost too wide to capture, dude. I don't even know, but I'm tired. I've been up since like 4, so maybe even 3:30. I don't know. I've been up a long time, dude. So I am gonna camp and cook here on this cliff tomorrow, but that's probably gonna wrap this video up for now, guys. So thank you for watching. I know this wasn't like the normal truck camper life type of videos. I'll probably put it in with like the walk and talks and release it on like a Wednesday or something, but just because it, you know, it was a lot of talking and transitioning or whatever, but that's the way she goes, I suppose. So if you made it this far in the video, chances are you're probably into this kind of stuff, so make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and keep on living that dream, dude. And if you haven't found that dream yet, don't stop looking for it. You never know where it might be. You might even find that it's living out of a truck camper, working for a hot air balloon company, and staying at places like this on your nights off. So, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.